It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sorry, I was trying to give it a jingle. It's time for another edition of Off the Record, where nothing is off the table. We chat about everything. Alles, wat malles. It's important. And today, we're talking about aging. Cue the dun dun dun. Now again, we look at the world of entertainment and what's trending in celebrities like us. Ha! Age. Do they just call us celebrities? That's so nice, writers of the show. That's great. Now, everyone gets older. Some age better than others. Look at you. And so Jennifer Lopez is an icon when it comes to aging gracefully. Honestly, goals. However, some celebrities refuse to age. So let's dive deep into this topic. In fact, skin deep, shall we?
Skin deep. And joining us this morning are the coach Jenna Barry, pop culture enthusiast, and also Dr. Gemma Simpson, a general practitioner for aesthetic medicine. Ladies, welcome to the couch. For Off the Record, I like this segment. Yeah, we are going to throw that in there.
Yeah.
At the Grammy Awards, the Queen of Pop, Madonna, she stepped onto the stage to introduce Sam Smith. We all saw that moment. However, what left fans quite shocked was how unrecognizable she was. And she posted his video on TikTok, and, you know, let's quickly take a look and see what it was all about. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's Madonna.
I must be honest, when I saw it at the first time, especially at the Grammys, I thought, like, but can it be her? It was almost like unrecognizable. I mean, if you just compare what she was like before,
let's do that.
Through the ages, I mean, you can see.
78, 87, 96,
yeah.
2008, 2022, and then 2023.
And then, boom, 2023. Yeah. Sure.
And then that's where we have arrived there.
Yeah.
So, now, this begs the question, doesn't it? That's why we got Jenna and Gemma on the couch.
Yes.
Easy to remember now because the names are so similar.
Yeah.
Okay, so first response when seeing that. In fact, let's go to you, Jenna, first. You know, when you see that and you see it through the ages and you see where Madonna is now, what's the initial response? Like, give me the sort of proper, unfiltered response when you see Madonna's face like that.
Who is that? We don't know that, but it is. Yeah. The Madonna that walked across stage that night was not the Madonna we grow up loving. And because Madonna is one of those people who doesn't talk about the procedures that she goes through, we are left to speculate. And it's been speculation since 2018, which is when we first started seeing a little bit of distortion in her face.
Yeah.
And we beg the question, is it too much Botox, too much filler, one too many facelifts? Because like you said, she's stuck with this super snatched ponytail look where it's this overstretching of the neck, overstretching of the face, and she just looks overdone and unrecognizable.
And I think that's what a lot of people were asking, the same thing. It's like, who is that? Who is that? What do you make of it?
So I've been following the story a little bit and looking deep into it. And the first thing to blame was overfilling the face with fillers. But actually, when I looked deeper and looked at the other doctors speaking about it, it seemed that she actually had recent surgery. So she recently went under the knife, and it looks like she did have some fat transfer, where they take fat from your tummy and they put it into your face. And they will usually overcompensate with that because the fat will dissolve over the next few months. So she was, you know, newly under the knife, still swollen, still quite pulled. And if you actually look, there's some follow-up posts that she's posted to show how the swelling has actually gone down. So
so she might have been just very swollen at that stage.
Exactly. She was newly just had surgery.
I mean, it's such a pressure, don't you feel? I think, you know, for somebody like who's a global icon like Madonna, all that pressure to kind of like look a certain way or look the same. Do you think that is the case? You know, why they're going to these extremes?
I definitely think so. I think, especially if you're Madonna, who has been in the industry for a very, very long time, there's always this pressure to not only look good, but even be skinny back in the day. But now, celebrities and public figures in the public sphere, in the entertainment industry, there's beauty standards are a little bit more inclusive. We're a little bit more body positive these days. But I think definitely still this pressure to maintain that youthful look.
Okay, so here's a bit of a controversial one, especially for a doctor such as yourself, Dr. Gemma, is that when you have a client walking in and saying, like, I need to look like this because I have my star function coming up and I want to make sure that I'm looking perfect. For you, being in that particular position, like, where does the line get drawn for you where you can educate your client and say, you know, perhaps you need to retract. And then there's that desire for the client who's willing to pay, who says, like, I'm going to pay you anything to make this happen. So where is that line for you as a doctor when somebody comes in and say, look, you make me look like that?
Look, it's a responsibility of the practitioner
Yes.
to say no. And it's not easy, but you're going to do the patient a disservice if you treat that. If you treat that patient, so you know you can overfill the cheeks, you can overfill the lips, and it's going to cause long-term complications. It's going to make the patient look unnatural, make the patient look distorted. So it really is our responsibility as practitioners to say no. And identify those patients as well with body dysmorphic disorder. That's very important. And get them professional help, because what they'll do is they'll just find another doctor who's going to do it, and they're going to have very unnatural, distorted results.
Yeah, it's a very kind of like, you know, intricate space that you have to manage, you know, especially for somebody in your position, because, I mean, the chances are, you know, somebody can come in and they want to get this done at all costs, you know, and you might advise against it, but the risk is they might go find somebody else.
This is the problem.
And that's dangerous. Listen, we are not done talking about this. Let us know what you think about aging and how do you age gracefully. And when we come back, we'll chat about the older generation and posting thirst traps. You don't want to miss it.
Can't wait.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is part 2 of Off the Record. For the next session, we are going to turn our attention to a little bit something that's different. You know, I know aging, yes, we're going to focus on that, but our next muse is somebody quite unique, a business mogul and cookbook author and Snoop Dogg's bestie, Martha Stewart, aged 81. Martha recently shared a selfie on her Instagram and looked absolutely, look at that, stunning, with many of her followers dubbing it, ladies and gentlemen, the words are thirst trap, Graham. Now, this is amazing. Like, when I saw that picture, I was like, what?
No, look, I think it got the attention of a lot of people,
Like,
obviously.
you are
because
cooking
for good
Martha
reason.
Stewart in a different way, ma'am. What? Like, if you look at that picture, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, look, I'm gobsmacked. But we are back with Jenna and Dr. Gemma this morning. So fans then went about to ask Martha what she was doing to keep herself so beautiful and youthful. So, Jenna, please take us through. What do you think here? What's her routine like?
I think she just stays on trend, and she stays on trend with her lifestyle choices. She attributes her youthful look and youthful nature to her healthy lifestyle choices.
Okay.
She, like you said, she's a queen in the kitchen, so she's always serving up healthy, clean meals. She believes in her daily green juice. And she's also on trend with her workouts. She does Pilates thrice a week, an 81-year-old. And not only that, she goes horse riding. Yes, South Africa, horse riding once a week. And that's how she looks so good.
You see, we spoke about this off air just now. You know, you can do as much as you want on the outside, but if it doesn't come from the inside, if it doesn't kind of nurture the inside with good food and what you drink and watching what you eat and exercising, then, you know, you are going to end up in a pretty bad position, I'm sure.
Yeah, you got to go from the inside. But let's just say, on an aesthetic level, Dr. Gemma, like, what are some of the procedures that would get you to a more natural sort of look, as opposed to anything that's, I'm going to go extreme, like Madonna, you know? What type of things will we be thinking about to make sure we have that sort of
something like me and Carl
fresh,
would go for.
Yeah, fresher look, you know, just to make sure that you're just rolling back a little bit of the years.
So there's a lot of treatments that I could recommend. We don't have time for that. So the one that really stands out for me is what's just actually recently come into South Africa called collagen biostimulators. And what's great about them is they actually stimulate your own body to produce collagen. So it's a substance injected just under the skin, and it stimulates your own cells. So your own body is actually working for you to address your aging concerns. And what's even better about it is that the result's very gradual, so it's not drastic. So over the next few months, it'll just start to improve and improve and improve, which patients actually like, because it's not as drastic as doing like a full face of fillers or full face of anti-wrinkle injections. And it lasts for 2 years. It's minimally invasive, and you can basically go to work straight afterwards. So it really is a great new treatment.
No, so many aspects. Slow and steady is a winner, you know, because anything that's a quick and overnight fix, you know, tend to be quite shocking or can be shocking. But I got to ask as well, what are the trends nowadays that, you know, of people coming to see you? You know, what are some of the procedures that's kind of up there that people want?
I think definitely lip filler. That is the biggest trend, yes. I mean, it's all over Instagram. There's some crazy trends going on that really are not good. But lip filler is very, very much my most highly requested treatment, as well as anti-wrinkle injections.
Yeah. Is it just because of the culture out there, the online presence of people showing off? It's the big lip thing.
It's such a beautification point for people. It can really change your whole face, for the good or the bad, you know, as we know. But it really is. I think Instagram is also making it a very, very big influence on that treatment.
Sure.
Influence. That's a big word here.
Yeah.
Because, Jenna, let's look at the influence around you. Now, if you look at your feed, a lot of people are looking younger and younger and younger. So I'd like to know about a place for somebody to say, ignore all of those looks. Let me start trending as somebody who is authentic. You know, is there a place in the world for that? I mean, after we've seen sort of reverse surgeries and the Black Chinas of the world, etc., like, do you think there's a place in the world for you to say, hey, you know, I don't need to look a certain way. I'm going to wake up in the morning and shoot this video, and I don't care.
Yeah, I think definitely. Especially, I think, with the rise of the popularity of TikTok, we see that people want something to relate to.
Yeah.
You can't just be presenting unattainable beauty standards and think that people are going to relate to you. So I think definitely there's this upsurge of wanting to be relatable.
Yeah, I think it lands with a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of, we talk about that big word, influence.
Yes.
You know, especially people that's in the limelight, you know, that's in the media, you know, if they can show a true form of themselves, I mean, can you imagine what positive change that can bring for everyone that follows? Because we know how influential these social media platforms are.
And I think that acceptance is also very, very important here. And what I mean by that is that if you make a choice to go see Dr. Gemma and do a treatment, I don't want to persecute anybody in my circle to say, like, oh my word, you got fillers. Like, why would you do that? You know, you should be authentic. We shouldn't be that way with one another. Can we just make sure that it's known that if somebody makes a decision, whatever their circumstances, whatever their justification, we need to accept that. And if somebody's going to be that fresh face in the morning and have the wrinkles out, whatever that may be, and shoot a video, we also have to have love for those people too. Yeah, and I just want to make sure that's clear, because make a decision to go see a doctor, keep it fresh as long as you're good inside. And then, if you want to keep it real, we love you too for that. That's the whole thing. It's about love.
Oh, I felt that, dude. That
I want to
landed.
share that with you. That's the main aesthetic flex, is love. That's it right there.
Jenna, Dr. Gemma, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Yeah, it is such a big topic. I mean, aging is inevitable. So I think at the end of the day, we must just embrace it. Just embrace it. You know, look after yourself. We spoke about beauty earlier on, and it's just so much more than just your outward appearance. It's how you go about your life, how you treat people, how you feel about yourself inside that makes it so important. Show that side.